Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and intuitive reader. I have a special high vibration message for Capricorn today. This is channeled for your benefit from Spirit and from my guides, and I'm really excited to get started. They are giving me the word spearheaded. So spearheaded or spearheading. So Capricorn, I feel like you're in a position of either wanting to start something new or beginning to start something new. Spearhead is interesting because spear is on the top of the weapon, right? And the head is kind of the top. So you're really at the nexus of power, the nexus of beginning, whatever this new enterprise is. So the universe is giving you this sweet, lovely Princess of Pentacles energy. This is a very grounded, practical, inquisitive energy. So this is the week to be curious, the week to gather facts, and the week to not be carried away by opinions or emotions or anything really outside the tangible. There's also kind of a lighthearted feeling coming through that this investigation, this curiosity could actually be kind of fun and not to be too serious about needing to draw conclusions or needing to make assessments or analysis so quickly. It's more just about having fun. You know, like when little small kids, before we send them to school and take all the joy out of everything, when they're learning about something, especially if it's something that they're very curious about, like when you take kids to some kind of nature museum or natural butterfly center, whatever, they just get so excited and exhilarated by the process of learning about what's there. You know, what is a butterfly chrysalis? And oh, doesn't that feel weird? So there's just kind of, it's fun because they're gathering information for the sake of gathering it. And there's a joy in that. And that's what I feel the universe is presenting you with. You're wanting to take action very quickly. We've got this Queen of Wands energy where she just wants to leap into action and start this project right away. And it's interesting looking at this, the connection between the red on both of them. So this is definitely a passion project that we're talking about, something that you feel very passionate about. But it's almost like you're being asked not to be the adult right now. You're being asked to be that child, that inner child, that curious, playful, inquisitive inner child. Sometimes the child can see things that the adult misses. And I'm talking about within ourselves as well as literally children and adults. You know, in that parable, The Emperor's New Clothes, it was a child that said, hey, wait a second, the emperor's naked. He doesn't have any clothes on. Yet all the adults were deceived. So when there's an impatience to run into a plan of action or an impatience to take charge right away, sometimes some of that simpler knowledge is missed, or you might miss a perspective. So kind of hold down that urge to leap into action. Some of it is also the desire to be seen as that authority figure, to be seen in a position of power and I said authority, but I'll say it again, power and authority, that you have a certain image to uphold or an image of the way you want to appear. And maybe going to this child energy where you don't quite know everything is a little bit too vulnerable for you, or you feel like it might make you look like you don't know what you're doing. That's why speak English. That's why we're being cautioned against this energy, because it's leaping into action for the wrong reason. If you're leaping into action to uphold a certain image of yourself, then you're definitely not considering everything else. You're really only thinking of yourself. So just keep that in mind, that it may be challenging, but you're being asked to be more inquisitive, more curious. We have the Three of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and then the Ace of Cups. These are very different energy. This is very kind of disjunct. They almost really don't go together. So I'm hoping that we're going to get some help as we go. We've got this Ace of Cups first. This is a deep inner knowing. This is a deep sense of nourishment, and this is coming from a place of self-sufficiency. So that's where we go back to here. This one, asking the questions and being like a curious little child, gives you the knowledge and the self-sufficiency and the wealth of information about timing. So you're getting so much more information than just about the first step. You're actually getting several steps down the road. But it's coming through this curious position. When you're trying to do something to uphold an image, again, we're missing that self-sufficiency, because actually trying to uphold an image makes you dependent on others' perception of what your image, others' perception of what your perception of their perception is. Don't ask me to say that again, please. That was a little painful. When you're trying to make yourself look a certain way, you're actually dependent on other people, because you're not saying this is who I am. You're saying, well, who would you like me to look like? So we're trying to get you to focus on that self-sufficiency again, so you can make the best decision possible. This is our King of Swords. This is the spearhead that we talked about in the beginning. He's got this sword. He's waiting to make a decision. And his expression is so interesting to me, because he's wanting to gather information. He's looking at the situation, but now he's looking at it in terms of strategy. It's a much more serious energy than this. But it comes because we did this energy first. We did the playful gathering. We found the self-sufficiency because we found all the answers. Now he's able to make those best choices and best decisions. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. He's able to build a future that is beneficial for all. You can see he's got three figures here, and then he's also got this carving of three. And I've said this before, if this has come up in a reading for you, I love this figure because it's eternal. It's like a chain. He could keep doing it and doing it and doing it. It's not a pattern that's finite. It's an infinite pattern. So this is about lasting benefit, lasting plans, and really a lasting venture. So when you're spearheading it, you don't want to just be starting. You also want to reap the benefits, right? You want to hold the whole spear, not just the tip. And this is really the key. This playful gathering of information, this allowing yourself to be vulnerable in that you don't have all the answers all the time, but knowing that once you get them, you have everything you need inside you to make that informed decision on your own of exactly where to go and then how to keep responding afterwards. So one step makes another step, makes another step. One more card, because we've got advice for you. So where do we get this from? Is it middle or bottom? Okay, it's the middle of the deck. Okay, we've got the Fool, new venture, completely new venture. So you're at the beginning of something. And I know I keep saying venture, which sounds like business, but this could be anything else. This could be a new relationship. This could be a new phase of an older relationship. This could be starting a new passion, a new project that you've wanted to do, or a new hobby. But this is about going someplace different where you're not going to have the answers. You're not going to have everything right away. Fool means ignorant, right? Someone who doesn't know is called a fool, or someone who's clueless is called a fool. But in the tarot, the Fool is actually in an exalted position. This is the basis of knowing, of understanding, because if you know everything already, what is there to learn? And if there's no learning, there's no growth. So the best place you can be in is, I don't know, because that is the most potential for growth. And that's the biggest spiritual benefit, the biggest spiritual reward. There's a lovely Ursula Le Guin story, if you're into her writings, into her fantasy novels. She talks about there's a culture, there's like a backward sci-fi culture that if you say, I don't know, I'm ignorant, you're actually giving yourself the biggest compliment you can, because they prized knowledge and wisdom so much in that culture. So it's that idea that sometimes ignorance is a good thing, because it gives you the potential and the space to grow and learn. So questions about that, please let me know. I always love to hear from you in the comments. And if you would like to give someone special a Valentine's Day reading, please check out my website, trueguidancetarot.com. I'm kind of mulling over the idea of offering something special for Valentine's Day, either a couple's reading or for individuals. learning on how you can attract even more, accept and receive even more love into your life. That's important for anyone, whether you're single or in a relationship. But let me know, because I'm still kind of mulling it over. If you have any opinions or thoughts about that, I'd love to hear it. And I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Have a good one.